And now for step 3. Working with the CCBC promotion manual e-binder, once we create our registration, we create our username and password. The next thing to do was second to create the promotion manual documents folder so that you can store your files in these folders. And the next step would be to log in and start putting in some of our content. I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm going to use my credentials to log in, and then I select the login, and you'll notice the login message again. Now the instructions are still here on the instructions part. There's 3 major parts. The next one is the edit manual, and in the edit manual we will actually be taking a look in this section at each one of these different things that you get to do. One of the things you'll notice is I just took out my home information because for these videos that are out on YouTube, I really didn't want to have that information out there. But anybody can call me at the office. I'll be very professional with them when they call me from out of state wondering how many courses they can take. But regardless, we have our instructions, we have our edit manual, and we have our manual print view. And in our edit manual, we're going to come down here, and I could at any time go in here and edit my registration information. And you'll see that I can update at any time, put my information in that I left out. So once I'm done, I still have to put my 1, 2, 3, 4 in here, which is my image code, this really protects the database. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and hit update. And this way, just not anybody can get in there and change the information. And when I say anybody, what I mean is computer programs written to get into that information. So I'm done with that. Go back to my edit manual, and I am now here in this section, and the next one is eligibility information. And in eligibility information, it says add modify, and I can actually select any one of those links to add or modify the section. I just want to note that for the eligibility and for the letters, which have the yes and no's in them, you do have to fill out the yes or no each time you go into the section. And in these 2 sections, since they are part of the main database with the personal information, these kind of tie together, that each one of these will have the image code that needs them. Once you get past these sections of letters of support and you get into the passage and into the promotion policy and then the actual information that you're being assessed on, all of these sections, you actually will no longer need to put the image code in following the letters. So just real quick, I want to go back and just show you here for eligibility, for instance. If I go into mine, since I had an equivalency, you see, does the candidate possess the minimum educational requirements? No. And then there's a link to file, which actually I click there, and it will link back to the eligibility once I put in those segments. But if you go in here, oh, actually, that one's here. Does the if the candidate does not possess the degree required, blah, 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 yes, I have equivalency, link to file, and there's my letter from the equivalency committee. And this is actually linked up to that Dropbox. So in any case, I can then go to it at any time that I want and link to things directly in there. So how that works: add or modify eligibility information. And you will notice here that I actually have, instead of using the Dropbox, I used my website because, of course, I have my own web space. So I used it. But Dropbox would look the same. It would just have the Dropbox address in here. And I would go through here and say no. Therefore, there's no link. Notice it brought me back to the page. Does the official file located? Yes. If the candidate does not possess, did he get an equivalency? Yes. Was the waiver granted at higher? No. I did not have a waiver at higher time that said that I met those requirements. No. Have I been employed for over 10 years? Absolutely, yes. I've been there for 15, so that's thankful that I've gotten through this far. Does the candidate have a waiver from the vice president? No, because I have my time and rank. And have you had 5 consecutive good APSs? Yes. And then you'll see that information's here for my APEs, which I linked directly to them. I got from my office, from the dean's office, and had them put into a PDF file, and then I just linked them here. And those links then, when I go ahead and update this, which I don't need to, so I'm actually going to just go back. When I update that with the image code, you'll notice that these things are filled out the same, and wherever I got to put a link in, there's a link, and they link out to what I need them to. So that's the way this works. Same with letters. And once you get to this section, you'll notice you may not have letters from all of them yet, obviously. You'll have your letter of intent. You'll have your curriculum vitae. Actually, I did mine as a web page, so I can actually click on that and link out to the web page. It's looking for it, but I'll get to that. I haven't connected it yet, and I can go ahead and do that once I'm ready to do so. And then the next one here, letter of intent to pursue a promotion. Yes, and that link here is there, and there was my letter to my dean. And then in the next one, you have a letter of support from the chair. I put yes, but I didn't link it yet, so that's there. And then these are the ones that come later, so no. And once this process is all done, I can go ahead and link them. So here is the first part of working on the eligibility section. And after that, we will actually look at the next movie, which is editing the notes or the passages. So this is section 3 or 4, logging in, and then looking at eligibility. So it's 4A and 4B. All right, thank you.